Welcome to a new video here from the Palz Open in Fellering in the Evox in France. Here we take off at Le Trait above Fellering. Here you go to the first thermal, straight in front of the takeoff. The Swiss team had a special plan on this day. We decided to take off as early as possible to head to another point to start the race in the air, so that we had a better line and a shorter distance to the first turn point. Here the race started. At our first thermal, still together in the Swiss team. Still in front. After a low save, the leading group of the others catched up. That's why we flew together with them. It was amazing to glide and climb with that many good pilots. It was interesting to thermal with them and to find the best lines from cloud to cloud. The cloud base was really high on this day. It's not usual in the Evox, so we were very happy with the weather. The task was around 70 kilometers. And here we are already in goal, above Fellering, down there the landing place. I was very happy with my position. I was in goal quite early. And here at the landing beer was already waiting for us. We had then a good evening together with the Swiss team and were then ready for the second task on the second day. Here at the takeoff. It's a big takeoff. The wind was perfect, so I decided to say the assistant to not open my wing because I prefer to take off like that. If the wind is that good, it's not necessary to open the wind because it's a good exercise to take off. If you take off reversed, you can have a look at the glider and have a look if it's well. And if everything is fine, you can take off. If not, you can let the glider go down and solve the problem, but mostly it works out quite good. Here we are waiting for the start at cloud base. A lot of pilots. Here a hyperlapse because I forgot to turn off the camera. So it resulted in a long hyperlapse, but it was quite interesting because I had a bad start on this day and I was behind the leading group and I had to catch up. Here at the first turn point, then heading back. Still a bit behind the first pilots, but it's always helpful when they show me where the next climb is and where the best line is to take. So I was able to keep up, but as you can see, the high clouds are coming in and they dampen the thermals, and so a quite difficult time is ahead of us. And to stay in the air, it was very difficult. Some pilots had to land. I didn't turn on the camera. Later we were up again and glided back to goal. I was quite happy with the task as well. Here the weather was a bit less good. We had another task. As we will see, the task will be cancelled before the air start because the cloud base became lower and lower, and so it would not have been possible to fly the task, but we had an amazing flight anyway. As you can see here, the cloud base is lower than on the days before. It's always amazing to fly close to the clouds with the other pilots. Here another hyperlapse. We decided to fly the task anyway, or the first part of it, even if it was cancelled. The thermals were very weak and we had to fly low over the trees. As you can see, the landing options are very rare. We were not a lot of pilots, so it was possible to climb up, but if there were 50 pilots fighting for the thermals, it would have been very difficult to climb up, and so it was a good decision to cancel the task. Here I had my last thermal and fly out to practice some full stalls. Here the clouds became bigger and bigger, so I decided to go for a landing. Not very happy with my full stalls, I had a lot of cravats, but without practicing you won't get better anyway, so it's always good to practice. Very unhappy with this one, but luckily nothing happened. It was climbing everywhere, even 200 meters above ground. The clouds were already sucking the air up, and so it was for sure a good decision to go for a landing. Here I had to do some wing overs to go down. The first rain droplets already fall down. Here luckily the railway has no power line. But it was turbulent, even 10 meters above ground. The other pilots were already waiting for prize giving. All in all, we had a very good time here in Fellering, and we enjoyed it a lot, and we will be there again next year. Thank you very much for watching the video, and see you next time.